Now in Good Morning Northwest, will it happen or not? Why there's a cloud of doubt surrounding the first scheduled presidential debate, which is supposed to happen 2 weeks from today.
Today I'm tracking fire weather with gusty winds you'll feel all day long. I'll tell you whether the rest of the week will be the same in your first alert forecast.
And it's the closest vote in Washington state history. The race, the recount, and how it all works. You're watching Good Morning Northwest on 4 News Now. Glad you're with us. I'm Robin Nance.
And I'm Natalie Grant. Today is Tuesday, August 27th. Welcome to your day. Let's start things off with Allison Martinez and a look at our first alert forecast. Allison, some kids getting on the bus this morning.
Yes, and those kids will want a little bit of a hoodie, a light jacket. We have some sprinkles in some areas of the inland Northwest this morning. Right now we're seeing it over in Republic and Colville, and for the rest of the day we're expecting windy conditions. Because of this, we have a fire weather watch in place from 2 in the afternoon till about 8 p.m. tonight. This is for the entire area shaded in pink on your screen. We could be seeing gusts up to 45 miles per hour, and after those morning sprinkles we're going to be very dry. So that's why we have that warning in place. 4 things to know about your weather as we start our Tuesday. We are windy and a bit cooler today. We have temperatures in the low 70s, which is below our normal. We have that fire weather warning in place. We have a few morning sprinkles possible, and then we're heating up very quickly for the second half of the week, leading us into a hot Labor Day weekend. Here's a closer breakdown of the winds we're expecting today. Hour by hour, we'll be at about 13 miles per hour by 11, and then we're peaking around 2 to 4 p.m. That's when we have the potential of gusts of up to 40 miles per hour. And as we look to the future, we have some warmer days, and we'll tell you about that coming up here in a few minutes.
Thanks. We have a breaking update to a shooting in Grant County. Someone shot 2 people in Desert Air around 9 last night. The Grant County Sheriff's Office says it happened near Thunderbird Way and Tradewind Way, not far from the Columbia River. We've since learned that one of the victims had critical injuries and was airlifted to the hospital. The second victim declined medical treatment. The Sheriff's Office has secured the area, but so far has no information about who is responsible for the shooting or the identity of the victims. The Sheriff's Office says it will provide another update midday today. We will let you know more as we learn.
Well, the Kootenai County Sheriff's Office arrested a man in Hayden accused of stabbing someone early yesterday morning. According to the Sheriff's Office, deputies arrested 23-year-old Andrew Trump of Cave Junction, Oregon, at a home in Hayden around 3 in the morning. Deputies say Trump and another person got into an argument when Trump stabbed the victim with a knife. A witness who tried to break up the fight was cut on the finger. They were treated at the scene. The person who was stabbed is taken to the hospital and is expected to survive. Trump faces aggravated battery charges. Well, the first debate between former President Donald Trump and Vice President Kamala Harris is now 2 weeks away.
But a new debate is brewing. Both sides today publicly negotiating a sticking point of the scheduled TV debate: open mics. Hannah Joy is at the Breaking Now desk. Hannah, what is this dust up with the upcoming presidential debate?
Well, Robin, conflict is heating up in the days leading up to the September 10th debate. Initially, former President Donald Trump said he wanted microphones to stay on for both debates. But this is the opposite of what his team has asked for. Trump's team requesting for the candidates' microphones to be muted, similar to the CNN debate with President Joe Biden.
Doesn't matter to me. I'd rather have it probably on, but the agreement was that it would be the same as it was last time. In that case, it was muted. I didn't like it the last time, but it worked out fine. They're trying to change it. The truth is they're trying to get out of it because she doesn't want to debate.
Meanwhile, the Harris campaign is requesting the microphones stay on throughout the debate, but Trump is threatening to pull out, criticizing the network's coverage.
When I looked at the hostility of that, I said, why am I doing it? Let's do it with another network. I want to do it. You know, I won because of debates. Ask Biden.
Rules for the September 10th presidential debate on ABC are not yet finalized, and we still don't know whether or not Trump will be in attendance. Reporting in studio, Hannah Joy, 4 News Now.
Hannah, thanks. Well, it's an ongoing discussion between the city of Spokane and the Spokane Regional Emergency Communications.
SREC provides 911 calls for most of the county, but the city of Spokane is considering parting ways with the company. Over the weekend, the city had a deadline to make its decision to either continue services with SREC or withdraw the fire department and create an agency run by the city that would handle all the calls. Instead, Saturday, the city released recommendations from a third-party consultant outlining their concerns, saying if the current structure stays the same, it would not recommend the city be part of SREC. Mayor Lisa Brown said if the board is willing to implement these recommendations, she's optimistic about the prospect of joining SREC and looks forward to the board's response. SREC responded saying, "It continues to be our hope that this process can be collaborative and focused on the safety of our community, regardless of the city of Spokane's decision." It also noted the city has been indecisive about this for 5 years. The SREC board plans to discuss this at a meeting scheduled for this Thursday. It is a complicated story. For more information about it, find our article on KXOI.com right now. A hand recount is officially underway in Washington's race for Commissioner of Public Lands.
Jamie Herrera Butler won the most votes statewide and will move on to the general election in November, but only 51 votes out of the more than 1.9 million separate the next two candidates. Those are Dave Up the Grove and Sue Keel Peterson. Now, the Secretary of State's office calls this is the closest race in the history of Washington's primary. The previous closest was in 1960 for Superintendent of Public Instruction, and that was separated by 252 votes. For the recount here in Spokane County, 2 election officials are given a pile of ballots, and they separate them into piles in which the vote was cast. Then they count the ballots in each of those piles themselves and tally the results on their own piece of paper. Neither election worker can see what's on the other tally sheet.
Then when they're done, they'll raise their hand, a supervisor will come over, and the supervisor compares the 2 tally sheets. If they match, then fine. If they don't match, then they have to count again.
And to add another layer of security here, election observers watch this entire process. Spokane County expects to complete the recount by Thursday, and officials will send their final results to the Secretary of State's office, who will then certify that final count.
Pig Out in the Park is back tomorrow. The annual Music and Food Festival in Riverfront Park will feature 65 food booths with 275 unique menu items to try. There will also be beer gardens and 150 free concerts on 5 different stages. It runs each day between tomorrow and Monday, 11 a.m. until 10 p.m. We will be live from Pig Out in the Park later this week, scoping out some of the food options that you can try. To check out what's on the menu for yourself, we have a link posted right now on KXOI.com.
So we're apologizing for us later this week for making you super hungry when we're there. Sorry.
Or you're welcome.
Yes.
Either way. It is now 7 minutes after 6.
Checking back in with Allison Martinez as we're heading out the door this morning. What are we looking at?
Yeah, we have some cooler temperatures to start our day today. Some cloudy conditions will barely hit 60 degrees by 9 a.m. But we have some really good weather for Pig Out in the Park and some other activities coming up in the forecast. I'll tell you about that in a few minutes.
And it's the first day of school, a day that brings a lot of excitement for students. Yet here in Cheney, it's brought in an added layer of nerves. More on why that is the case and how things are looking going into the school year just ahead.
And what we know about a cyber attack affecting 2 transportation hubs in Seattle days later. We'll be right back.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Hard water damage makes it hard to keep your home looking picture perfect. Culligan softeners reduce buildup and cleaning time, transforming your water into the fine art of a long-lasting clean. Culligan, water you love.
Zuke's tasty, tender dog treats can turn every outing into an adventure. From park to peak, wherever you roam, don't forget the Zukes. Zuke's dog treats. Choose your adventure.
Dive into summer this August at Spokane Tribe Resort and Casino with your chance to win your share of $50,000 free slot play. Every Saturday in August, 100 lucky guests will win $100 in free slot play. Only at Spokane Tribe Resort and Casino. You just win here.
The right window shade can do more than just cover a window. Imagine shades that light up to illuminate dark spaces. Shades that adjust automatically for the best lighting or privacy. Shades that improve energy efficiency for lower utility bills. All with legendary Hunter Douglas quality for style that lasts. Hunter Douglas. Shades like no other.
Farming has always been a crucial part of the Inland Northwest. The Washington Association of Wheat Growers is proud to recognize the backbone of our economy.
Washington wheat farmers produce some of the highest quality wheat in the world. Research and technology allows us to feed more people without compromising quality, and all the while maintaining our great Northwest natural resources. Every kernel counts as farmers work to produce more with less input.
A tribute for our great Inland Northwest farmers. Brought to you by the Washington Association of Wheat Growers.
Your minivan is out for this match. Looks like you need some kind of quick payment to settle this whole mess.
Yeah, I'm gonna reach out to those one call that's all guys.
We want to make sure you're actually taken care of after an accident like this and compensated fairly for everything you've had to go through.
At Craig Swap & Associates, we don't get paid until you win.
One call, that's
509-999-9999.
What you didn't know about the legendary TV show Baywatch. What went on behind the scenes. The never-before-seen home video. The shocking new documentary. Next, Inside Edition.
Watch 4 News Now at 6 and Inside Edition at 7.
Save your greed!
It is 6:11. Here's a look at what's new on Good Morning Northwest. There is a pause in a new Biden administration immigration program. It would give spouses of U.S. citizens legal status without having to leave the country.
Now, the Department of Homeland Security has already began taking applications for this program called Keeping Families Together. Texas and 15 other states challenged this new policy, and a federal judge in Texas on Monday ordered a 2-week stay of approving any applications while the court weighs the merits of this case. President Joe Biden announced the program back in June that could help up to 500,000 undocumented immigrants.
Firefighters in Kyiv are working to put out fires sparked by falling debris from Russian drones and missiles. Overnight, Russian drone and missile attacks struck across Ukraine, killing 2 people and starting those fires. The regional administration said air defenses destroyed all the drones and missiles that Russia fired, but that falling debris set off forest fires.
A cyber attack is still affecting service at 2 transportation hubs in Seattle. That attack happened Saturday, causing system outages at the Port of Seattle and at the Seattle-Tacoma International Airport. Now, those outages are still affecting flights today. A spokesperson said the service interruption is not impacting TSA's ability to screen passengers, though. At last check, no Spokane to Seattle flights are impacted.
In Iceland, an American tourist died in an ice cave collapse. A group of 23 tourists were inside the cave exploring when it collapsed Sunday. The ice caves are a popular destination for visitors to Iceland, with tour operators offering customers the chance to explore the insides of glaciers and see the blue colors and stunning patterns in the ice.
It's Tuesday. Here's your 10-second takeaway. Today we have clouds and breezy conditions all throughout the day. You'll want a light layer, especially for the morning, and we have a high of 75 degrees.
Well, we are kicking off the back-to-school season now, and several school districts and colleges return to class this week. Cheney starts their classes today. East Valley, Liberty, Pullman, Moses Lake, and Gonzaga Prep all started on Wednesday. And as for those college students, classes at Gonzaga begin today.
And we have been telling you about a new cell phone policy in the Spokane School District. There's an update this morning. The board has added a provision that allows students to use their phones to manage a medical condition such as diabetes. This policy will be in place for the start of the school year. And we will follow this story throughout the school year. Check for updates on KXLY.com. Our time is now 6:13.
It was a tense lead up to today's first day of school in the Cheney School District with a teacher strike looming. After the break, we have a live report as classes are just hours from getting underway.
And a little later on Good Morning Northwest, how this catcher made Major League Baseball history last night. It's a wild story. That's just ahead.
4 News Now is brought to you by UFCW Local 3000.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Not the best sound to start your day with, is it? Your next decision should be to call Precision. Our professionally trained technicians are here to provide you with award-winning service every time, so we can get you back up and running fast. Call or book online today.
I started taking care of my mom about 5 months ago. She has dementia, and then being newly diagnosed with lung cancer, my mom was unable to stay in her home. Balancing work and caregiving has been a struggle. Knowing that wall cares will be available relieves a lot of stress. Having access to those funds would have helped so much, financially and mentally, because life is unpredictable. Wall Cares moves with you even if you move out of Washington.
When we say it'll be on time, they expect it to be on time.
Turn shipping to your advantage.
Keep those expectations with reliable ground shipping.
Thanks, Brandon.
With USPS Ground Advantage.
Mainstream has proudly served Greater Spokane and Northern Idaho for over 20 years, offering reliable and high-quality home services. Our exceptional team is committed to delivering trusted plumbing, heating, cooling, and electrical solutions that ensure the comfort and safety of your home. Our goal is to provide the best experience possible when it comes to repairing, maintaining, or installing systems that make your home a more comfortable place to live. Because we are home services, we are Mainstream.
At 4 News Now, we believe you should expect more from local news. Our team is committed to a community conversation and bringing you information you need when and where you need it. Numerica believes in and supports that mission.
At Numerica, you'll find money answers for outdoor concert lovers. Get money answers for you and only you. Learn more at numericacu.com.
Drive into summer with a new Honda. Heading out for a day at the beach or a weekend in the mountains. Make an impression with the unmistakable style of the HR-V or turn heads in the sporty Civic. And when you drive a Honda, you're driving with the 2024 Kelley Blue Book's KBB.com Best Value brand. So act now to get an offer you'll love. Buy online, reserve from select dealers, or hurry into the Honda Summer Event.
Good morning. Welcome back at 6:16. It is the first day of classes today for students in the Cheney School District.
The day that almost didn't happen, coming after a long summer of negotiations between the Cheney Education Association and the school district. Now, a tentative agreement was reached last Friday and officially approved just yesterday. Our Alexandra Konyarts is live outside of Cheney Middle School with how things are looking ahead of this year. Good morning.
Good morning, Robin and Natalie. Yeah, the first day of school is very exciting, but it also can bring some nerves. You've got new classes, new teachers, new friends. Here in Cheney, there was an added layer of that stress as there was that potential strike looming coming from teachers. But this was until yesterday afternoon when that tentative agreement was ratified between the Cheney EEA and the school board, meaning that classes can go on as scheduled. This comes after a long summer for educators in Cheney. Since May, the Cheney EEA and school board have held almost 20 rounds of negotiations. The teachers union was negotiating better pay so that they can compete with other schools in the area to not only retain teachers, but also attract new ones. After 2 full days of mediations, a tentative agreement was reached on Friday, evading a potential strike. In a joint statement released by the superintendent of Cheney Public Schools and the president of the Cheney Education Association, they say, as we approach the start of the new school year, we are excited to move forward together. Our collective focus remains on creating a positive, supportive atmosphere in which all students can learn at high levels. Cheney bargainers say they are relieved to start the school year on time, and the Cheney EEA president says that although these last few weeks have been stressful, she's glad that they were able to reach a compromise that really prioritizes the needs of both teachers and students. Now, the sun is starting to rise, and kids will be starting to go through these doors right behind me shortly for the first day of classes. A very, very exciting time. Reporting live from Cheney Middle School, Alexandra Konyarts, back to you.
I'm sure just a relief for parents.
Oh my gosh.
Probably some kids too.
Oh, I would say so. There's some who are probably not too excited about it, but lots who are for this first day. They might get a little blown away though later on, huh?
They might. It's a shame. You know, you've got your first day of school outfit all excited, all picked out. You're gonna have to put a little bit of a jacket over it to start the day, but we should see some sunshine a little bit later. But to start, here's a look at our future radar. You can see we have some sprinkles that will be passing through our area around 8 to 10 a.m. is where we're seeing the majority of it, but they're going to be just that, really, sprinkles. Now, later today we will dry up, and because of that we have a fire weather warning in place. We're seeing some gusty winds up to 45 miles per hour. Now this warning is in place for the entire area, shaded in pink on your screen, and it will end today around 8 p.m. Here's a closer breakdown of when we can expect those winds to really pick up. You're going to feel them all day long, but at around noon we're looking at 20 miles per hour in Spokane, 27 miles per hour in Ritzville, and 19 in Dayton. And as we go through around 4 or 5, that's when we're really seeing the peak of this, 28 in Ritzville and 21 in Spokane. For tomorrow, we're looking a little bit cooler, so we'll catch a break there. Today, we have a high of 75 degrees. We'll be mostly cloudy for the majority of the day, and we will also be breezy. For tonight, we'll cool down to 46. We're expecting a mostly clear night, and those winds are going to be sticking around. For our highs, we're right around 70 degrees in North Idaho, 71 in Coeur d'Alene, 69 in Sandpoint, and 71 in Kellogg. Over in Washington, we're at 75 in Spokane and 73 in Moses Lake. Here's your planning forecast. We've got a little bit of everything for whatever your preference might be here the next couple of days. Tomorrow and even into Thursday, we're going to have some pretty mild days and some chilly afternoons. And then by the weekend, we're heating up. We'll see temperatures in the 90s for this weekend. So quite a bit of a turnaround from the beginning of the week here.
A little bit of everything for everyone there.
Yes.
If you like cooler or warmer.
Really amped up for the weekend, though. It's now 6:21.
And the Washington State Cougars look to come out swinging early in this new era of Cougs football. And after the break, hear what Coach Jake Dickert had to say about the energy his team looks to bring this fall. That's next in sports.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
In 16 years, Greg Gerstner will land the perfect cannonball with friends he's already meeting now at AARP volunteer and community events to help make sure his happiness lives as long as he does. The younger you are, the more you need AARP.
Enter to win a Hell's Canyon and wine tasting adventure in the Lewis Clark Valley this September. Experience the canyon's natural beauty on a jet boat tour for 2, coupled with wine barrel tasting and a 2-night stay. For more information, go to kxly.com/Hell's Canyon.
Are your windows and doors costing you money and lost energy efficiency? Northwest Window and Door is the solution. Our Marvin Windows and Doors will save you money while updating the look of your home. Our skilled team of experts are the best in the business. Visit us online today at nwwindow.com to set up a no-pressure consultation with one of our friendly, knowledgeable sales associates and get the energy savings of Marvin Windows and Doors.
North Idaho Urology, in partnership with Cancer Care Northwest, we specialize in advanced prostate cancer care.
I'm Dr. Aaron Wagner. I'm a radiation oncologist with Cancer Care Northwest. We have quite a few different treatment options for prostate cancer, ranging anywhere from standard radiation and IMRT approaches to SBRT to brachytherapy, a full spectrum of different prostate cancer treatments. We very much try to individualize their treatment plan for them.
S asks, how many devices can my Wi-Fi handle?
That's an easy one, Allie. The average home has more devices than ever.
But our gateways are engineered to handle hundreds.
So not only will they work today,
they'll also work tomorrow.
That's our new intern.
Thanks, buddy.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Power all your devices with fast, reliable Xfinity Internet for just $19.99 a month for 12 months with a 1-year contract. Xfinity, bring on the good stuff.
Hey, it's me, your skin. I want to feel clean, but will it leave me tight or stripped? CeraVe Foaming Cleanser removes excess oil with niacinamide and 3 essential ceramides. CeraVe prevents disruption of my barrier, so we're refreshingly clean. CeraVe Foaming Cleanser.
A secretive church, hundreds of its leaders accused, victims frightened into silence. 2 former members say the cover-up continues while predators have almost unlimited access to victims. How is that possible? Watch my investigation Wednesday only on 4 News Now.
Well, for the Washington State Cougars, it has been 275 days since they last played a football game, but after a long offseason, we have finally arrived to game week in Pullman. And while there has been plenty of outside noise with conference realignment in the state of the Pac-12, none of that is going to matter when the ball gets kicked off on Saturday afternoon, as the Cougs will welcome in the Portland State Vikings out of the Big Sky Conference. Now, while Washington State is a heavy favorite going into this matchup, head coach Jake Dicker wants his team to come out of the tunnel with plenty of energy.
I think a level of physicality that we've demanded for the last 8 months, a level of toughness, an execution of finish. You know, that is what the great teams do. You know, as you're feeling things out and you're sorting through the schematic things, that has to be the staple of how we play. And we've talked about it so much. Like I said, the identity needs to get to realization. You know, so we talked about getting everything to application. That's what we do here. That's what coaches are all about, trying to find ways to make sure that we're seeing that through our guys, and just excited for them. You know, these guys are here for a reason. We're excited about trying to attempt to go 1-0 every week. That's our mission, and every opportunity demands our best. So that's what Saturday is about.
Now, the Cougs and the Vikings are set to kick off on Saturday at noon from Giesa Field here in Pullman. For 4 News Now, I'm Alex Crescenti.
Yesterday, something happened that has never occurred in the 121-year history of Major League Baseball. A player suited up for 2 different teams in the same game. Here's how this went down. It started with bad weather in June when a rainstorm postponed the game between the Toronto Blue Jays and the Boston Red Sox. Catcher Danny Jansen was batting for the Jays when the game was called. Well, yesterday, the teams finished that game, but Jansen had been traded from the Jays to the Sox in the meantime. He started the game at catcher, officially catching for his own at-bat, only this time with a pinch hitter in place.
That's so wild.
Wow.
I mean, yeah. I'm like, okay, so he went from one team to another and then postponed. And
during his bat, that's just the whole crazy
That's
thing.
hilarious.
It's now 6:26.
Well, former President Trump is kicking off a battleground state blitz yesterday in Michigan. Meanwhile, Vice President Harris is set to get back on the road after the DNC. We have an update on the campaign trail. That's next.
And plus, this month marks 1 year since a Spokane Valley police sergeant beat a man during an arrest in a park. Now, there's another lawsuit in this case, this time against the sergeant involved. What charges he faces next. As we go to break, here's your first look at what's coming up on Good Morning America at 7.
In this morning's GMA First Look, the growing trademark fight over the buzziest phrase on the internet.
You see how I get my nails done? Very demure, very mindful.
The simple saying, very demure, gaining traction online after this post from social media influencer Jules LeBron went viral.
You see how I do my makeup for work? Very demure, very mindful.
And while Jules made the phrase popular, others are now staking their claim to take ownership of it. One Washington man named Jefferson Bates going as far as filing a trademark application for it.
Jefferson kind of got there first. He has the ability to say that he filed for a trademark before Jules did, even though she's used it on her own.
And coming up at 7 a.m., we'll have much more on this trademark frenzy that is definitely the opposite of
damn you.
With your GMA First Look, I'm Eva Pilgrim, ABC News, New York.
Your hair can grow 590 miles over your lifetime. It's in your nature to grow. Nature's Bounty helps you grow thicker, fuller hair with just 1 capsule a day. You are bountiful. It's in your nature. Nature's Bounty.
To stay on top of my game, I need to keep up my energy.
Cliff Bar is purposely crafted with 10 grams of protein and organic oats.
Because the more good you put in, the more great you get out.
Cliff, the most important ingredient is you.
Stay ahead of your moderate to severe eczema and show off clearer skin and less itch with Dupixent, the #1 prescribed biologic by dermatologists and allergists that helps heal your skin from within. Serious allergic reactions can occur that can be severe. Tell your doctor about new or worsening eye problems such as eye pain or vision changes, including blurred vision, joint aches and pain, or a parasitic infection. Don't change or stop asthma medicines without talking to your doctor. Ask your eczema specialist about Dupixent.
live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
PAR, family owned since 1930. Go where the builders go.
What are you gonna build?
You ever try cash backing? It's earning 3% at drugstores with Chase Freedom Unlimited.
So I can save on something special for a first date.
Wait, that's all for a first date? Whoa. All right, come on. Earn big with Chase Freedom Unlimited with no annual fee. How do you cash back?
Beautiful duet honeycomb shades from Hunter Douglas have a unique, energy-efficient design which provides insulation at the window, helping reduce your utility bills year-round without compromising on style. And now you can qualify for a federal tax credit of up to $1,200 on select styles. To learn more, visit us at hunterdouglas.com or call today.
Introducing new Advil Targeted Relief, the only topical pain reliever with 4 powerful pain-fighting ingredients that start working on contact to target tough pain at the source for up to 8 hours of powerful relief. New Advil Targeted Relief.
Looking for a new appliance but don't want to wait weeks for delivery? At Fred's Appliance, our Get It Today inventory makes sure you don't have to. Thanks to our fully stocked warehouses, we have a vast selection of appliances ready for you right now. From refrigerators to washing machines, ovens to dryers, you name it, we have it ready to go. No more waiting, no more delays. Just the appliance you need when you need it. Fred's Appliance. If we advertise it, we've got it. Visit any of our showrooms and get your new appliance today.
From 4 News Now, this is Good Morning Northwest.
Good morning, Northwest. Thanks for starting your day with us. I'm Natalie Grant.
And I'm Robin Nance. It is Tuesday, August 27th. Allison Martinez in for Mark Peterson again this morning with a look at our first alert forecast as we start our Tuesday.
Good morning and happy Tuesday. To start our day, we have the potential for a few sprinkles in our region. As we look at our live radar, we see some activity up in Republic, Colville, and even into Deer Park a little bit. But these are really just sprinkles and will dry out by about 10 o'clock this morning. One major headline for today, we have a fire weather warning in place from about 2 until 8 p.m. tonight. This is for this area shaded in pink on your screen all the way over to the Idaho-Washington state line there. We have the potential for some wind gusts up to 45 miles per hour. Along with the fire danger, we also have hazardous boating and the potential for blowing dust. So things to keep in mind as you head about your Tuesday. 4 things to know for today. We are windy and we are a bit cooler than our normal. We have that fire weather warning. We have a few morning sprinkles and we will be heating up really quickly for the second half of this week, leading us to temperatures in the 90s for Labor Day weekend. So if you're sick of these cooler temperatures, we have a shift in store for you. And as we look at our winds, they'll really peak around the early afternoon. That's when we could see gusts of up to 40 miles per hour.
Allison, thanks. Well, Spokane Valley Police Sergeant is now facing assault charges.
The man he's accused of assaulting filing a federal lawsuit last week. Earlier this year, the court system appointed Yakima County to investigate. The prosecutor's office there also now filing charges against Sergeant Clay Hilton for using excessive force on a man in his 60s last year. Hilton faces charges for assault and falsifying official records. We're about to show you some body camera footage from that incident. We want to warn you, it's graphic. Now, Kevin Hinton told us his story on camera for the first time on Friday. He says he was on his way home from a 12-hour road trip when he pulled into the parking lot of Terrace View Park to rest. Hinton refused to give Sergeant Hilton his ID and says that is when the sergeant pulled him out of the car and beat him. Last week, Hinton filed a federal lawsuit against Spokane County and the Sheriff's Office, saying Hilton violated his civil rights, arguing there are systemic failures in both departments in keeping its citizens safe. According to the Yakima County prosecutor, Hilton is expected to be arraigned at the end of September. It is the beginning of a new era for the Spokane Police Department. New chief Kevin Hall officially sworn in yesterday.
Now, it's the conclusion of a 9-month-long process, one that officials hope will bring long-term stability to the department. Now, during his 30 years in the Tucson Police Department, Hall worked on expanding Tucson's mental health support team to help provide more help for substance abuse. He says fentanyl has changed everything in how substance abuse is treated, and police departments need to change too.
Love to see a crisis center or a crisis stabilization center here in Spokane. And that's something I would advocate for, I would work with, I would collaborate with, I would spend an enormous amount of time with anybody who wants to be a part of that.
Now, Mayor Lisa Brown says she's confident that Kevin Hall is the right leader for the department, says the city and the county are already working together to expand crisis stabilization centers with support from the region's federal delegation.
Meta's CEO says the Biden administration pressured its social media companies into censoring COVID-19 posts during the pandemic.
Mark Zuckerberg, who runs Facebook, Instagram, and WhatsApp, now says he regrets not speaking up earlier and would push back if it happened again. Hannah Joy's at the Breaking Now desk for us this morning. And Hannah, what can you tell us about the pressure Zuckerberg received from the White House?
So, Natalie, Zuckerberg said the Biden administration pressured Meta in 2021. This pressure went on for months. The administration did not want certain COVID-19 content. When Zuckerberg did not agree, senior White House officials were frustrated. Yesterday, Zuckerberg released a letter to the House Judiciary Committee. The letter states how Zuckerberg regrets not speaking up on decisions regarding moving certain content. Zuckerberg says, I believe the government pressure was wrong, and I regret we were not more outspoken about it. I also think we made some choices that, with the benefit of hindsight and new information, we wouldn't make today. The letter was addressed to Jim Jordan, the chairman of the committee. In a Facebook post, the committee called the letter a big win for free speech and said that Zuckerberg had admitted that Facebook censored Americans. The White House did not respond. During the last election, Zuckerberg contributed $400 million to the election infrastructure. This year, he will not make any contributions. Reporting in studio, Hannah Joy, 4 News Now.
Hannah, thanks. Former President Trump made a campaign stop in Michigan yesterday as he tries to regain the momentum after the Democratic National Convention.
And Vice President Kamala Harris is back on the campaign trail with a bus tour starting in Georgia this week. ABC's Perry Russum is following the campaigns from Washington, D.C.
Former President Trump continues his battleground state blitz in Michigan yesterday at a National Guard conference.
Our country is being destroyed by a radical political class that sends our guardsmen and women to defend the borders of distant foreign nations.
Trump speaking after honoring service members killed in Afghanistan 3 years ago during the U.S. withdrawal. Trump blaming Biden and Harris for the chaos that day.
We'll get the resignations of every single senior official who touched the Afghanistan calamity to be on my desk at noon on Inauguration Day.
The Harris campaign responding, accusing Trump of planning to lock up or fire tens of thousands of civil service workers he deems his enemies. Trump apparently reaching out to service members more than a week after facing criticism for saying the Medal of Freedom, the nation's highest civilian honor, is much better than the Medal of Honor, the highest military decoration.
It's actually much better because everyone gets the Congressional Medal of Honor. That's soldiers. They're either in very bad shape because they've been hit so many times by bullets, or they're dead.
Trump later trying to clean up his comments, saying he considers the Medal of Honor the ultimate honor. It comes as the Harris campaign is part of a new lawsuit in Georgia, asking the court to make election certification mandatory up to a week after Election Day to avoid any delays from potential rogue election officials there. The state's election board is currently controlled by Trump loyalists. Harris's team also releasing a new ad pitching her vision for the economy.
We should be doing everything we can to make it more affordable to buy a home. Under my plan, more than 100 million Americans will get a tax cut.
Harris has been off the campaign trail since last week's Democratic National Convention. She is back on the trail tomorrow, starting a bus tour in Georgia. Perry Russum, ABC News, Washington.
Your Good Morning Northwest time right now is 6:37.
Let's talk about the weather this morning. Allison Martinez in for Mark.
Good morning. Yeah, we have a cooler start to our day, and we're also seeing those winds pick up quite a bit as we near the afternoon. We'll let you know how gusty of winds you can expect coming up here in your First Alert forecast.
Also had a fight to push through a major grocery store merger is underway in federal courts. This morning, an update on the legal battle and why the FTC is standing firm against it.
Plus, Labor Day marks the end of summer, but it's also the start of some hot deals where you can save big this year. That's coming up a little later here on Good Morning Northwest.
Connect with 4 News Now on KXLY+.
So check out Northern Quest's next big giveaway.
Another Mercedes-Benz?
Yeah, I think they ran out of Porsches.
Nice. Maybe a little too nice?
Well, it's a Mercedes, so
It's a slippery slope is all I'm saying. I mean, one minute you're driving this car, and the next you're eating your salad with the proper fork.
Oh dear.
You laugh, but where does it end?
Play daily to win a brand new Mercedes-Benz on September 28th, only at Northern Quest. Elevate your summer with cashback checking and savings accounts from Canopy Credit Union with an incredible 6.17 annual percentage yield on your first $25,000 in your checking account and a generous 4.07 annual percentage yield on your first $50,000 in your savings. You can potentially earn over $3,500 a year. Level up your finances this summer. Canopy Credit Union. Here, you grow. Limits and conditions apply.
I've always been drawn to artists like this.
Yeah, me too. This used to be one of my favorites when I was younger.
You're me.
Yeah, after you quit the firm and follow your passion.
Where do you find the time?
After work, studying with others who are looking for more.
Continue your education online or in person. Now accepting applications. Face your future with Whitworth University. Adult education programs.
R&R RV just wrapped up a fantastic summer sale at the Spokane Fairgrounds with America's favorite brands. You know what that means? Fresh, used inventory. From travel trailers to fifth wheels, camper vans to diesel pushers, R&R RV has the pre-owned RV you've been waiting for. Take advantage of show pricing on these amazing fresh trade-ins. Don't miss it. Visit R&R RV today in Liberty Lake, North Spokane, or North Lewiston. Online at rnrrv.com. Eastern Washington's largest RV dealer.
Your last chance to see your Spokane Indians this season at Avista Stadium is August 27th through September 1st. Highlights of the homestand include Friday, August 30th, Armed Forces Appreciation and Fireworks, presented by Windermere Real Estate. Saturday, August 31st, Washington's Lottery Fireworks Night. And Sunday, September 1st, is AAA Washington's season finale and Fireworks Spectacular. For tickets and game times, go to SpokaneIndians.com.
Welcome back. It's now 6:40. A federal court hearing on the Kroger and Albertsons merger is underway. The grocery chains are fighting the Federal Trade Commission's attempt to block the largest supermarket merger in U.S. history. A federal judge heard from the grocery chains and the FTC in Portland, Oregon. The FTC is requesting a preliminary injunction to delay the deal, arguing the nearly $25 billion merger is anti-competitive and would lead to higher grocery prices. Kroger says that is not the case and has pledged to lower prices after the merger, saying joining forces is necessary to compete with rivals like Walmart, Amazon, and Costco. The hearing is expected to last until mid-September.
Well, Red Lobster is closing another 23 restaurants as part of the seafood chain's ongoing bankruptcy proceedings. More than 100 Red Lobster restaurants closed earlier this summer. Now, after the latest closings, the chain will have about 500 outlets left, and that includes the one here in Spokane. Mismanagement, competition, inflation, and other factors brought down Red Lobster, which is a partner in the restaurant industry, or a pioneer rather, in the restaurant industry. The restaurant's leading shareholder filed bankruptcy in May of this year. Now, no Washington or Idaho locations are on this closure list.
We are in the clear. All right, here's your 10-second takeaway. Today we have clouds and breezy conditions. You'll want a light layer, especially for the morning, and our high is 75 degrees.
Many women use tampons, but researchers have discovered that some of those products may contain lead, arsenic, and other toxic metals. Now, Consumer Reports is explaining the findings and what users should do to protect their health. Watch Kirsten O'Connor's special report tomorrow about that on Good Morning Northwest. Our time is now 6:42.
It is the first day of school for a lot of kids in Cheney, and it's a day that some people were not sure would actually happen after avoiding a narrow strike with educators. Our Alexander Konyarts is live in Cheney.
Yes, the first day of classes, and soon students will be walking right through these doors to get to those classes. Why this has been such an uncertainty for the Cheney community, just ahead.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Shop Consign Furniture and Jewelry's Labor Day Inventory Blowout Sale. Experience huge discounts throughout the store on all new, consigned, and unique one-of-a-kind pieces. If you don't see the price you like, make us an offer.
Consign Furniture. Easy way to sell, smart way to buy.
Moving day never goes smoothly, does it? Let's just settle this little mishap.
Who do we always see on the billboards again?
It's
It's the one call that's all, guys.
You deserve to be compensated fairly for everything you've had to go through.
One call, that's all.
509-999-9999.
Zuke's tasty, tender dog treats can turn every outing into an adventure. From park to peak, wherever you roam, don't forget the Zukes. Zuke's dog treats. Choose your adventure.
Not the best sound to start your day with, is it? Your next decision should be to call Precision. Our professionally trained technicians are here to provide you with award-winning service every time. Our trucks are rolling warehouses, so we can get you back up and running fast. Need a new door? We do that too. And right now, get a new garage door, Wi-Fi opener, and remote combo installed for as low as $34 per month and up to $500 in cashback savings. Call or book online today.
Mainstream has proudly served Greater Spokane and Northern Idaho for over 20 years, offering reliable and high-quality home services. Our exceptional team is committed to delivering trusted plumbing, heating, cooling, and electrical solutions that ensure the comfort and safety of your home. Our goal is to provide the best experience possible when it comes to repairing, maintaining, or installing systems that make your home a more comfortable place to live. Because we are home services, we are Mainstream.
Depression and anxiety rob millions of us of our day-to-day lives, but nothing seems to pull you out of it. Introducing NeuroStim TMS, Washington's leading provider of transcranial magnetic stimulation, or TMS therapy. TMS activates the natural function of the brain's neurotransmitters to improve mood and regulate emotion. TMS is not shock therapy. It's an FDA-approved, easy outpatient experience and covered by all major medical insurances. Visit neurostimtms.com or call to schedule your free consultation now.
Shop Consign Furniture and Jewelry's Labor Day Inventory Blowout Sale. Experience huge discounts throughout the store on all new, consigned, and unique one-of-a-kind pieces. If you don't see the price you like, make us an offer.
Consign Furniture. Easy way to sell, smart way to buy.
4 News Now is brought to you by Mysticwa Casino Hotel in Chewelah.
Welcome back. It is 6:45. Well, in just about an hour now, students at Cheney Public Schools will be starting their first day of classes.
This day has been filled with lots of anticipation. After a summer of negotiations, the Cheney Education Association and the school district reached a contract agreement. Our Alexandra Konyartz is live outside of Cheney Middle School this morning with how things are looking heading into this new school year. Good morning.
Good morning. Yes, an exciting day. And also, it's been a relief for parents as they're able to actually bring their kids to school this morning. For the last couple of days, this has remained an uncertainty. Luckily, yesterday, the Cheney EA ratified a tentative agreement with the school board, meaning that they will be able to go on with this first day as scheduled. The Cheney EA and school board have been in negotiations since May. Educators are asking for better compensation. They say this is needed to better retain teachers as well as attract new ones. After 2 full days of mediations, a tentative agreement was reached on Friday. The agreement was ratified by the Cheney EA yesterday afternoon, where they reviewed the agreement and voted to approve the new contract with a 94% support. In a joint statement released by the superintendent of Cheney Public Schools and the president of the Cheney Education Association, they say, as we approach the start of the new school year, we are excited to move forward together. Our collective focus remains on creating a positive, supportive environment and atmosphere in which all students can learn at high levels. The Cheney EA president says that although these last few days have been stressful, they are excited to move forward and start classes as scheduled. The teachers union says that the agreement really puts forth the priorities of ensuring to make sure that students and teachers get their priorities first, as well as ensuring a healthy budget for the new school year. Teachers are starting to come in here at Cheney Middle School, and students will be joining them shortly. Reporting live, Alexandra Konyartz. Back to you.
Yeah, she mentioned a relief probably for a lot of parents and kids.
And an exciting time getting off, starting the school year. Got to have those new outfits ready to go. And we've been talking about you might get a little wind blown, you might get a little bit chilly.
Yeah, it almost feels a little bit fall-like, if I dare to say today. Definitely more fall-like with the clouds, the winds going to make everything feel a little bit cooler. Right now we're at 65 degrees in Spokane and 58 in Coeur d'Alene. We have a little bit more sun over in Coeur d'Alene. You can see that peeking through on our camera there. But for the morning, we do have the potential for some sprinkles. It's really going to be just that, sprinkles, and this will be from about 8 to 10 a.m. mainly, and this will mostly affect our northernmost counties in Washington. The other thing we're tracking today, of course, is our winds. We have some gusty winds. Here's a look at our speeds throughout the day in Spokane here. They're really going to pick up in the early afternoon. However, you will be feeling the effects of these winds all day long. For our high today, we're at 75 degrees. This is a little bit cooler than our normal for this time of year. We're expecting cloudy skies and breezy conditions, gusts up to 30 miles per hour in the Spokane metro area. Tonight will cool down to 46. It's going to be a mostly clear night, and again, we still have those winds calming a little bit, but you'll still feel them. For our highs today, we're right around 70 degrees in Idaho, 71 in Coeur d'Alene, and 69 degrees in Sandpoint. A little bit warmer, 75 in Spokane, 73 in Ritzville, and 80 degrees in the Tri-Cities. As we look to the future, I know plenty of kids are starting school next week. We've got Spokane Public Schools, we've got the Coeur d'Alene School District. We're trending warmer for the week ahead, so maybe you'll be able to shed those jackets as you take that first day of school picture next week. Here's our planning forecast to give you a better picture of the temperatures we can expect before we get there. So we're cooler for today, Wednesday, even Thursday. We've got some pretty chilly mornings here. We even have the potential for some frost. I know that's a scary word for August in smaller areas like Tooele, Colville, the Palouse, but then we'll warm up for the rest of the week with temperatures in the 90s for Labor Day weekend.
Yeah, frost is a scary word.
Yeah, this early for sure. All right, Allison, thanks so much. It is now just about 10 minutes before 7. Your morning sprint's coming up.
Thanks so much for starting your day with us right here on Good Morning Northwest. Happy Tuesday. We'll be back after this.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app. Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
It's our endless summer savings sales event where new Sierra 1500s come with 1.9% APR plus up to $12,000 off MSRP. There's never any dealer-added markups on new vehicles, and ask us about our 3-day return and 7-day exchange at GMC of Riverfront Park.
This summer, don't sweat it. Bill's Heating and AC has you covered with the best prices on air conditioners and heat pumps, guaranteed. With over 3,000 5-star reviews, we're the locally owned company you can trust. Our expert technicians provide fast, reliable service to ensure your home stays comfortable all season long. And should you ever have an issue, we're open 7 days a week to provide immediate help. So what are you waiting for? Call Bill's Heating and AC for your free quote today.
Goddesses, I bring the vitality of sun. And I the sea. I took the kids swimming, hit up the farmer's market, and crushed my sales call. Typical Tuesday.
Awaken your inner goddess with Vitafusion's delicious and nutritious gummies. Unwrap new Vitafusion soft chews, available now. The right window shade can do more than just cover a window. Imagine shades that light up to illuminate dark spaces. Shades that adjust automatically for the best lighting or privacy. Shades that improve energy efficiency for lower utility bills. All with legendary Hunter Douglas quality for style that lasts. Hunter Douglas. Shades like no other.
Mysticquoc Casino Hotel is open north of Spokane on Highway 395. Stay with us, relax and rejuvenate while taking advantage of our amazing amenities, including a restaurant and lounge. Our coffee corner is open daily at 5:30 a.m. Mysticquoc Casino Hotel is the perfect spot to book your next special event. We have a 4,000 square foot event center and an exceptional team ready to help you host your event. We invite you to stay and play. Make your reservations now at mysticquoc.com.
It's our endless summer savings sales event where new Sierra 2500 HDs have 5.9% APR plus up to $6,500 off MSRP. There's never any dealer-added markups on new vehicles. And ask us about our 3-day return and 7-day exchange at GMC of Riverfront Park.
See breaking news in your area or have a story idea? Contact 4 News Now.
Good morning. It is now 6:53. Time to get you ready to take on your Tuesday with the morning sprint.
Allison Martinez is preparing us for a sunny day ahead, but it comes with some wind and increased fire danger.
Alexander Conyards is live outside of Cheney Middle School this morning with how things are looking going into the new school year there.
And Hannah Joy is in studio this morning with updates on the September 10th presidential debate.
Yeah, but we begin with new information about a shooting in Grant County.
Someone shot 2 people in desert air around 9 o'clock last night. The Grant County Sheriff's Office says it happened near Thunderbird Way and Tradewind Way, not far from the Columbia River there. Now, we've since learned that one of the victims had critical injuries and airlifted to the hospital. The second victim declined medical treatment. We hope to learn more about the circumstances surrounding the shooting later today.
The Kootenai County Sheriff's Office arrested an Oregon man for a stabbing in Hayden yesterday morning. Deputies say 23-year-old Andrew Trump and another person got into an argument when Trump stabbed the victim with a knife. The person who was stabbed was taken to the hospital and is expected to survive. Trump faces aggravated battery charges.
Well, Pig Out in the Park is back tomorrow. The annual music and food festival in Riverfront Park will feature 65 food booths with 275 unique menu items to try. There will also be beer gardens and 150 free concerts on 5 different stages. It runs each day between tomorrow and Monday until 11 a.m. until 10 p.m. Now, we will be live out at Pig Out later this week, scoping out some of those food options for you to try, but you can also do the scooping yourself on our website right now. We have a link posted, KXLY.com.
We have some great weather in store for Pig Out in the Park later this week, but for today we do have some heavier winds. Because of this, we have a fire weather warning in place today. That's from about 2 p.m. to 8 p.m. It's for the area shaded in pink on your screen. These areas could be seeing gusts up to 45 miles per hour. We've got dry and windy conditions all day.
Well, we are in the thick of back-to-school season now, and several school districts and colleges return to class this week. Cheney starts those classes today. East Valley, Liberty, Pullman, Moses Lake, and Gonzaga Prep all get started on Wednesday. And as for college students, classes at Gonzaga begin today as well.
Students are starting to trickle in here at Cheney Middle School. This comes after a long summer of negotiations between the Cheney Education Association as well as the school district. The two groups were able to reach a tentative agreement on Friday, which was ratified yesterday, meaning that school can go on as scheduled.
Road work on Market Street began yesterday, closing its northbound lanes and reducing the southbound lanes to 1 lane between Wellesley and Mission. It's about a 2-mile stretch. The project should be finished within 2 weeks. And Highway 2 between Spokane and Pend Oreille County is getting repaved from the county line to State Route 211. This project started yesterday. The Department of Transportation says lanes will be reduced and sometimes there will be one-way alternating traffic. Crews ask that you drive slowly and pay attention to work zones. For details on a detour in place, go to KXLY.com.
A hand recount is officially underway in Washington's race for Commissioner of Public Lands. Jamie Herrera Butler won the most votes statewide and will be moving on to the general election in November, but only 51 votes out of more than 1.9 million separate the next 2 candidates. That's Dave Upthegrove and Sue Keel-Peterson. Now, the Secretary of State's office calls this the closest race in the history of Washington's primary.
Then when they're done, they'll raise their hand, a supervisor will come over, and the supervisor compares the 2 tally sheets. If they match, then fine. If they don't match, then they have to count again.
All those votes are being counted by hand there, and to add another layer of security, election observers are watching this entire process. Spokane County expects to complete the recount by Thursday, and officials will then send their final results to the Secretary of State's office, who will then certify the final count.
The first debate between former President Donald Trump and Vice President Kamala Harris is 2 weeks away. This conflict is heating up on the topic of open mics. It is undecided on whether or not the mics will be muted or not. Rules for the September 10th presidential debate on ABC are not finalized, and we still don't know whether or not Trump will participate.
The Department of Homeland Security has already begun taking applications for a new program called Keeping Families Together. It is now paused temporarily. Texas and 15 other states challenged the new policy. A federal judge in Texas yesterday ordered a 2-week stay of approving any applications while the court weighs the merits of this case. President Joe Biden announced the program in June that could help up to 500,000 undocumented immigrants. Coming up next on Good Morning America, the latest on what that'll do. We'll be back with a final check of weather with Allison Martinez right after this break.
At 4 News Now, we believe you should expect more from local news. Our team is committed to a community conversation and bringing you information you need when and where you need it. Numerica believes in and supports that mission.
At Numerica, you'll find money answers for budgeters in their ramen era. Get money answers for you and only you. Learn more at numericacu.com.
Not the best sound to start your day with, is it? Your next decision should be to call Precision. Our professionally trained technicians are here to provide you with award-winning service every time. Our trucks are rolling warehouses, so we can get you back up and running fast. Need a new door? We do that too. And right now, get a new garage door, Wi-Fi opener, and remote combo installed for as low as $34 per month and up to $500 in cashback savings. Call or book online today.
A secretive church, hundreds of its leaders accused, victims frightened into silence. 2 former members say the cover-up continues while predators have almost unlimited access to victims. How is that possible? Watch my investigation Wednesday only on 4 News Now.
We are taking a live look at the pavilion. We have a little bit of an overcast start to our day today. We have a high of 75 degrees and we're expecting pretty windy conditions all throughout the day. We even have a fire weather warning in place because of those dry and windy conditions. For tomorrow, those winds will subside, but we will stay pretty cool with a low of 73. By Thursday, that's when our warming trend really starts. We'll be at 80 degrees, 87 on Friday, and we'll see temperatures in the 90s for Labor Day weekend.
Well, thanks so much for starting your day with us right here on Good Morning Northwest.
Yeah, we've loved having you along. We will see you throughout Good Morning America. Well, we will bring you live local updates. GMA starts right after this.